So what is up, everyone, and welcome to another tier list video. This is my balance tier list, and as I've said a million times before with these, this is my opinion of the tier lists. If you don't agree, let me know what you think in the comments. But I'll show, here's our grading chart. I'll put it on screen as usual. Basically, I'm going to be grading off of a few things, which are going to be how good the spell is, taking into account the level that you get it. Also what it looks like, and then how viable it is, not just like for how good it is, but how viable, like when can you use it and stuff like that. But just in general, taking into account how the spells are, we're putting it in this tier list. So let's get into it, because I don't want to make these videos too long. So first we have Availing Hands. So Availing Hands is actually a pretty good spell for 4 pips. And it is good heal outside of life. Basically, all the heals are life spells, Healing Current, and Availing Hands. So I'm gonna put Availing Hands in A as like a pretty good spell. Not amazing, not bad. Now we have Balance Blade. So usually I put Balance Blade. All the blades usually end up in A, but Balance Blade can be used for any school. So that's why it's gonna be an A+. It might even be an S. It's a pretty fucking good spell. You know what? I'm putting Balance Blade in S. It's really good. You can put it on any school and give more damage. And as I've said multiple times, blades are better than traps because blades will hit everybody. Black Mantle is a pretty solid spell. Mostly just for PvP. I don't know if it may be low level questing when you have when you want to use a 0 pip spell, but minus 45 accuracy is basically a 50-50 fizzle, and for schools like Storm, it's almost like it's a guaranteed fizzle at a low level without accuracy. So yeah, Black Mantle is very good. It's an A. Bladestorm, I'm gonna put that in B+, I think. Bladestorm is good. It uses the pip, so you can't really use it well to like blade yourself up while getting pips at the same time, but it gives everybody a blade. The problem with Bladestorm is that, you know, usually at higher levels you want to have maybe 1, maybe 2, but usually just 1 person hitting. You all set that 1 person up and they hit. It's the fastest, most efficient way to do stuff. Bladestorm, you know, it does best when multiple people hit, which is really never a thing, except when you're at low levels. So it's going to be B+. Chimera. So Chimera is really, you know, it's not amazing, but it's fairly solid. It's just the problem is the damage is all split. Like if I put a feint on, one of the Chimera hits is going to use the feint, and that's where we have a problem. But it's not awful. I would say it would be awful if it wasn't Balance's way to get around hitting. Like Balance doesn't have a prism, so if you go against the Balance minion or Balance boss, you can't really do anything. They're going to resist Balance, so you have to use something like Chimera. These stupid things. I don't even know what this one's called. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I'm gonna put it down in C tier. No. Alright, Donate Power is decent. It's very situational. I don't know when I would really use it, but I think it is something that sometimes, like in certain fights, especially if you're a blader, if I'm a balance wizard and I'm just using a lot of 0 pip spells or 1 pip spells and I'm blading up a storm, they might hit and they might need to hit again or something, and I have a shit ton of pips because I haven't done anything. I've just been blading. So maybe it's a hard maybe. Elemental Blade is A+, only because Storm and Fire use it, and it gives them another 35 and 45 sharpened blade, and me as a life wizard can use this spell to blade storms with a 45 blade. With the, you know, that's pretty strong. So that's what I go for. Dispel, 5 pips for 3 dispels. Sorry, dispels are good, but like 5 pips is a lot, and especially like why? Like most people are going to be casting one school, right? Their school. Very rarely do you cast another school. I just don't see a use for it. It's a lot of pips for not a lot of stuff. I'm gonna put this spell Elemental Shield. I'll put it in B+. It's not bad, but it's not great. I mean, 50%, but it's only for 3 schools. 0 pips. 0 pips. This is not bad. I mean, Pierce Blades are pretty they're situational again, which is why I'm putting it in B. B's like my situational thing. Alright, so yeah, they're the Pierce Blades. I'm putting them in B. It's fairly standard stuff. Elemental Trap I'll put in A. Again, traps are not as good as shields, but it's trap for Storm and Fire, and Storm and Fire want more damage. So I'm putting it in A as a pretty good spell. Not as good as the Blade, and definitely not as good as Balance Blade, but yeah. Gaze of Fate. So Gaze of Fate has the thing where it goes around the elemental or the balance resist. I'm gonna put in B plus because I don't think Gaze of Fate's like that good. It definitely is pretty good for PvP. Because Gaze of Fate you can hit off like a tower shield and then hit again on the same hit. So again, I'll just put in B plus. It's not like amazing. I don't know how much I would use it. Outside PvP, I don't know if it has a lot of places to use it. Alright, Helping Hands. Not as good as Availing Hands, even for the level. Again, 3 pips is not as good as 4 pips. Plus power pips. If you have 2 power pips, you can use a 3 pip or 4 pip spell. So why not use a 4 pip spell? Alright, Hex. I don't really use Hex at all. I'm gonna put it with the Elemental Trap as the same amount of not using it that much. It's still good. It's a trap, but it's not a blade, and that's kind of where it stands. Hydra is better than Chimera, in my opinion. You get it way earlier, and it just seems to be a better spell that I think. Put it in B plus because it's not that great. It's pretty good, but it's not like amazing. So yeah, B plus is where it stands. Judgment, good. Not amazing, not bad. I think it's pretty solid. King Art spells. What does this one do? It gives you weakness? I didn't even know that. That's how much I use Judgment Balance King Art. I never see it. I'll put it in B plus. That weakness seems pretty solid. I don't really use it, so I don't know, but that's just where it seems to be for me. Locust Swarm's a good spell. It's like a very good damaging spell for a while. I feel like, what's the next damaging spell you get after Locust Swarm? Is it Hydra? Maybe Judgment. But basically it's like Locust Swarm, Sandstorm, Hydra. Like, you use this spell for a lot, so I'm going to put it there. Lore Master is our S plus spell for this. As I said before, they're only like, I think 7 is what I counted S plus spells that I think are that good. Lore Master is one of them. Outside of PvP, it's still a pretty good spell, but in PvP, it's dumb. I mean, for 4 pips, you know, it's the same as like a Pigsy, which makes it really good. If it was more like 4 pips, you can double spam this if you have a decent amount of pips. The damage is pretty good, but you get the weakness and a mantle. I mean, they're obviously less percentages, but damn, that's so good. Lore Master is very good. People want it to be balanced for a while. Rip. Mana Burn is an interesting spell, but I mean, again, outside of like maybe PvP, I don't see a point for it. Which is why it's situational. I'll put it in B because it's not awful, but it's not great. Summon Minion. Screw that. You get to go in C tier, you lowly boy. I hate the minions. That's me. Oh, another minion, but it tasks more pips. Yeah, you're going in D tier as useless. Never using it. That's where you belong, bub. Alright, Nested Fury. AoE spells are better than single hit spells. I'll say it over and over again. Nested Fury A+, is a pretty freaking good spell. And it also gets around, as I said before, the problem with balance, which is you have to hit balance with balance, so that's your problem. Ninja Piglets is definitely, it's not bad. I'll put it in B+. It's like not awful, but not great. It's hard to get, which is why I'm putting it in here. Lore Master's hard to get too, but like everybody can use Locust Swarm. And while Ninja Piglets is a lot better for 1 more pip, everybody can use Locust Swarm. It's used a lot more. It's way more like just viable as a spell. Power Nova, I'm gonna put in A as a good spell. It does low damage, but it does more than Sandstorm, and it does put up the weakness, so it's not bad. And it's an AoE. Power Play is pretty freaking useless. I don't remember ever using it. Even at a low level. Like, I don't know when you'd ever use Power Play. I don't know. Precision's not bad. It's still pretty bad, though. I say it's not bad, and I throw it in C. I've never used Precision. Does Balance really need that much accuracy? Does it need to give somebody accuracy? I don't see it. Raw. God. On one hand, I want to put Raw in, like, look, it's better than Power Nova by a lot. But at the same time, I hate Raw. So it should theoretically go in A+, but I'm putting it in A just because it's the longest spell to cast. I swear to God. Like, it's like old Cthulhu. It would hit everybody and then go under and then heal and then go back and then hit and then... It just takes so long. Like, I don't want you to cast... I'd rather you cast Power Nova than Raw, just because Raw takes so long. But, like, the damage is good. If Raw hit everybody, if it was either A, just sped up, or he just put his little arm up and it hit everybody at the same time, it's A+. But fucking hell, I hate the animation. And when they fix it, this video is not going to age well. But still, God, I hate that. Reshuffle is a good spell. It's not amazing. It's not bad. A. The TC reshuffles 3 pips. That's even better. Okay, we have Sabretooth. I'm going to put... I don't see people using Sabretooth. I don't know what I'd use first. Sabretooth and Chimera. They're both pretty, like... Look, lots of pips. You better be a fucking good spell if you're going to take 10 pips. And Sabretooth just doesn't fit that bill. Same with Chimera. Just how does Samurai. Samurai is definitely... I feel like it's easier to get than Ninja Piglets. But, I mean, I just got to put it here because it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair to put it anywhere else. It's basically the same as these Ninja Pig things, except a little 1 pip more. Sandstorm's A+, AoE spells. As you guys know, I love my AoE spells, and Sandstorm is one of those. This little worm thing, I don't love these. So put it in B+. It does a good amount of damage if you put it on. If you hit one person with this, good. If you hit more than one, bad spell. But yeah, those shadows, those 4 pip split shadow spells are really, yeah. Sacrifice minions even more worthless. My 500 health's not bad, but like, come on. Savage Paw is A because it's better than these two. Gives a blade, and it does more damage. I don't know where they... Alright, Savage Paw, very good. Scarab. I want to put that in B+. Scarab is pretty good starter spell. I don't seem to use it that much. Usually use like Fire Cat, and an Imp if you need to finish someone off. Or yeah, Scarab is not something you use a ton. Niles boy, Sign of Balance. Oh, if you have more blades on you, it buffs? Yeah, but like, when are you going to have that many balance blades? You have 6 blades. When am I going to have that many blades? Like, as a balance, you can only really blade with sharp balance blade, sharpen balance. Again, put it B. And it's 11 pips. It's not great. Like, if this was any other school that needed 6 blades, you could put this on, and that's already half of them. But, you... Okay, anyway. My guy, Scorpion, you're going to go in A because you're basically Locust Swarm with 1 less pip. You're pretty good and used a lot. Spectral Blast is going to go in A as well. Because Spectral Blast is the first thing you can get that hits around the balance resist. So that's pretty solid. Summon minion. So this minion I think is better than the other ones, in my opinion. I hate summon minion cards. I think they're pretty useless. But summoning a minion of the elements is better. I don't know exactly what these minions have as far as spells they cast, but it just seems better to me. Alright. Spirit Blade. You're going to go in A as well. Not as good as Elemental Blade. Still a good blade though. But again, how many times do you see Storms and Fires hitting compared to any of those schools, especially Life. Fuck Life hitting. Spells are even worse. I mean, this one, you could make an argument for this because it has, you can dispel Faint in PvP and heals, but 5 pips, come on, not worth it. Here's another shield. Spirit Shield's gonna go same place as Elemental Shield. Spear is gonna go same place as Elemental Spear. Spirit Trap will not go the same place as Elemental Trap though, because again, Storm and Fire. I actually use this one. I don't really use that one. I think this one's Supernova. I can't really read the name. I think it's Supernova. It pops auras. Situational. Whoops. It's with Mana Burn. It's like could be pretty decent in PvP. Situational. What are you gonna do? Same thing with balanced spells. Situational. It's not awful, but like I wouldn't use it all the time unless I was specifically needed it for something. And then weakness is a pretty decent spell and put it in B+. I don't think it's as good as Mantle, because fizzing is amazing, but it's still pretty solid, and it's a good 0-pip spell to use. So yeah, that does it with my balanced tier list. I think I kind of nailed everything. Yeah, definitely gonna do. I don't know what school I'm gonna do next. We'll see. But thank you guys for coming out. Let me know what you think should be changed. If you disagree with something, let me know what your opinion is on this tier list. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.
You make me